This week, the world will witness a meeting between rivals, Xi Jinping and Joe Biden. The Chinese president is traveling to San Francisco. He'll sit down with the US president on Wednesday. Needless to say, the world will be watching this and looking forward to the outcomes. But do not expect any dramatic announcements. Yes, the two leaders will get a chance to talk, and yes, that is significant, but any major policy changes are unlikely. Biden has been pursuing Xi Jinping for months now. He wanted this meeting, mainly to restore military-to-military ties. This is one of the main priorities for the United States, re-establishing the lines of communication between American and Chinese generals. You see, China had suspended the military dialogue last year. It was in retaliation to Nancy Pelosi's Taiwan visit. She was the US House Speaker then, Nancy Pelosi. She visited Taiwan despite China's protests. And she was the highest-ranking American official to visit the island in decades. So China was provoked, and it responded in kind. It snapped military exchanges with the US. It also launched rocket attacks towards Taiwan. And since then, friction between Washington and Beijing has only grown. So has the threat of a bigger conflict. On Wednesday, Team Biden will try to reverse this course.
The president said he's looking forward to meeting with President Xi. It's going to be in San Francisco. It's going to be a constructive meeting. The president's looking forward to it.
Reports say there is a deal in the works. It's about the use of artificial intelligence in defense. The US and China could ban it. They could ban the use of AI in defense. This ban will be aimed at autonomous weapons like drones. It will also cover nuclear warheads. Now, this would be a very significant move, not to mention a positive one, because the world is wary of AI weapons. So if America and China take the lead and agree to ban them, others are likely to follow suit. But what about the other contentious issues, like the many military flashpoints between America and China? Will they discuss the PLA's activities around Taiwan or the South China Sea? What about the Chinese spy balloons, the ones that America shot down at the beginning of this year? Will any of these subjects come up too? At the moment, it looks unlikely. The US and China have a long list of disagreements, like the Ukraine war, the Israel-Hamas war, the dispute over Taiwan, the PLA's activities in the South China Sea, and their provocations near the Philippines. On all these issues, the US and China remain at odds. According to one report, and I'm quoting here, there has been no meeting of the minds. In fact, China has another problem with the US. It doesn't want Washington to use the word competition. They should not say competition when they talk about China. But the US uses this term frequently, including their president, Joe Biden. They keep saying the US and China are in a quote-unquote strategic competition. Beijing doesn't see it that way, though.
China is not afraid of competition, but we oppose defining the China-US relationship in terms of competition. When it comes to concerns, the United States should earnestly respect China's reasonable concerns and legitimate development rights, rather than only emphasizing its own concerns while harming China's interests.
Stop harming our interests. That's the message from China ahead of the Xi-Biden meeting. Biden says the US must manage its differences with China. But is Beijing willing to play ball? Will Xi Jinping cooperate with Joe Biden? Will they be able to find common ground? Wednesday's meeting will test Biden's resolve.